Alright, I'm going to show you guys how to assemble the JC Moto skid plate, and then we're going to go ahead and install it real quick. It's really pretty straightforward, so it should be pretty simple. First thing you need to do is the orientation of this bracket is important. You'll notice there's a slightly shorter distance between the bolt holes in one orientation. So the shorter distance is going to go down, and the longer distance is going to go up towards the front of the plate. So it will be installed like this. To install that, we're going to need the couple button head Allen screws. And we're just going to pull those out of the hardware kit. Again, shorter distance goes down, so you shouldn't be covering up these two coolant holes or coolant slots. Before you go too far, I do recommend using a little bit of blue Loctite thread locker. You don't need the red stuff, that's permanent, but just to keep those nuts from backing out a little bit, it'd be a good idea. And this plate is actually going to just be prepped for shipping. I'm going to put my dirty early prototype back on, so you'll see we're going to use two different plates. This will go in the front on the bracket when we go to install it, just to give you an idea. And then you'll see the two other bolts that already have the spacers on them. Those will end up going through these back slots with the spacer on top. All right, let's go to install. You will want to take off your OEM skid plate. That's pretty straightforward. I don't think you'll have any issues. And the little bracket that goes underneath the engine, you'll also want to remove that also. So like I said, we're going to be putting my dirty skid plate back on, the one I've been using for a while. And for this, all you're going to need is a 14mm socket and a couple 17mm. One of the first things that I've found that I had to do on mine, you might not have to do on yours, is to loosen up the foot peg mounting bracket. Again, this is 14mm. Just loosen that up. Gives you a little more flexibility with the bottom slots. I found that it helps. So do that on both sides. Once that's done, you'll want to get your long bolt out. And the long bolt is going to go through the front of the engine here. And we're going to go ahead and just fit this up. All right, so the plate at this point will stay on there fairly well. Go ahead and get the nut on the other side, and but don't tighten it all the way down yet. Next step, we'll take our bolts with the nylon spacers, and we're going to put those up into the foot pegs. So since those brackets are loosened up, hopefully it should be able to line up pretty easy. All right, so I actually had to take my foot peg assembly out to get this to work right. Mine's been damaged a little bit. Basically, go ahead and tighten that stuff up, and that's about it.